don't.
You don't work no more, fool.
I don't know what I did.
You fucked it up, man. That's what you did.
Can't hear shit. Is these things even on? No, huh?
Can you hear me?
No.
Yeah.
I can hear you here. I can't hear you here.
You can't hear yourself?
Oh, hello. No.
Oh man, come on now, man.
I can hear him. He's fine.
I can hear him too. I can hear you.
I can't hear nothing.
Please help.
There you go.
Okay, it was his headphones needed to be raised. His mic was fine. But yeah, the Taylor Swift game. I don't know how I should feel like being annoyed by Taylor Swift coverage while watching a football game.
I don't understand it.
Right? That's just the thing. It's like after they scored, Travis Kelce.
I do and I don't understand it.
Right.
I understand it from a marketing standpoint because she has a lot of fans and a lot of fans that are female and more female fans, more viewers, more interest. But from people who are like diehard football fans, I don't watch football like that. And I follow ESPN, and sometimes I'm like, I should just unfollow ESPN.
I unfollowed ESPN years ago when I was watching, their morning show or whatever. And they were like, we want to wish Brad Pitt a happy birthday. I was like, the fuck?
What's that got to do with sports?
Yeah, like that.
Maybe Moneyball. I don't know.
No, Moneyball wasn't out yet. It was in its like adolescence. I wouldn't say infancy, but it was when ESPN was in its adolescence. It still had
this was a wee
the
fetus.
Swami guy and Stuart Scott and everybody just kind of.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but that's when I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Everything's got to be appealing now. We got to appeal. And with me, it's like I always just say it's like you're just appealing to the female audience. And I think in a lot of things, football.
Yeah, well, put that shit on ESPNW or some shit.
The Super Bowl should be on ESPNW because that's really, I mean,
hey, there's some people who need who could use that, like that exposure, that credit. Like coach was telling me about their coaches, and I'm like, I'll tell you right now, I do not know what they look like. I don't watch football.
It's the Lions, so it's the Super Bowl. No, it's San Francisco versus Kansas City. Okay, so I forget Andy Reid. No, is it Andy Reid? Yes, Andy Reid is the Chiefs. I don't know who the coach is for the San Francisco.
Me neither.
Is it a Harbaugh?
I don't know.
Okay,
but it's like a trend thing though, man. Like because it's not. My parents watch the news, which is like irritates me, but I love
they
them.
intentionally watch the news.
They watch the news, and on there, they always have like farandula, like Hollywood shit, and it's even on the Spanish channels, like. Hey guys, Taylor Swift was at the football game and she might be able to attend the Super Bowl and this is how. She might be able to because she has a concert. I'm like, why? I hate that I'm hearing this right now.
It's journalism. Journalism has gotten to the point where it's attention seeking. That's what real journalism is now. It's like, how can I get more? Not how can I talk about what my passion, my subject matter is. It's how can I get more people.
More, right. Speaking of fucking trends.
Oh,
Stanley Cups.
This episode is sponsored by Stanley Cups.
Gross. Sorry. Well, actually, no, I'm not sorry.
It's
for Coach because I'm glad that he doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about because I'm upset that I know what the fuck we're talking about.
Stanley
it's all
Cups.
thanks to you, Adam.
I just shared it with you because I was confused by this ugly ass mug becoming like so popular so quickly. Yeah.
He had to Google
Notice how you Googled Stanley Cup and nothing about hockey came up.
Hey, you're right, huh?
Right? I was like, oh, you mean...
As I was typing, I thought something about hockey was going to come out.
Nothing. Nope. The mug. The stupid, ridiculous mug
Man,
came
money
up.
controls the world, bro.
I mean, it's like, Stanley, you got Taylor Swift dominating football.
Gross.
You got Stanley Cup. Completely taking the name away from like the original, because that's when I first heard the Stanley Cup buzz, my brain said, "Oh, they must have made like a bunch of." Because the first time I heard it, I saw an article saying Stanley Cup selling for $3,000.
No way.
I kid you not. And so I clicked on it. It's like maybe somebody made a perfect replica of the trophy, and they did that or whatever. But it was, and it's like no, it's actually a Stanley Morgan mug. And the problem, so they released like Target, and so basically the story is Target and Stanley Morgan are partnering for this mug, but they only released like certain amounts of them. I saw a video of a dude jumping over the Starbucks the Target Starbucks, taking a box of them, running, getting tackled in the parking lot, because it's like when you get them, you can flip them.
Well, yeah, $3,000.
Target has been
What?
Target.
$3,000. Oh,
That's what I saw this one being sold for that much.
It's like, did I say something?
for real? That much?
Yeah.
That's what I saw this one being sold for. Most of them flip for. They'll retail for like $30, $40. Flip for maybe $100, $150.
God, get the fuck out of
Wrong
here.
business, dog.
Right? And then Target has been firing employees, and I showed you this article. Target has been firing employees who buy them because they're not supposed to use their position, Target employee, to acquire goods. And like, so I figured like maybe they were like
Reselling them?
no. Well, of course they're possibly gonna resell them, but I figured that maybe they were selling them to themselves before the store opened and the customers had access to it. No, this lady came to work, took her break, bought a Stanley Cup, clocked out, bought a Stanley Cup,
Clocked back in.
clocked back in after
Fired.
her break, fired. Because
Damn.
like do you like I tried to ask myself, judge not lest ye be judged. Very important. So I tried to ask myself, Adam, come on, you're a lunatic over some things. Figure it out. And I was like, Nike? No. I like shoes, but I mean I like sneakers, and because, I like Nike. I think they're a super comfortable shoe. I'm not gonna break my neck to get
There's some shit you can make sense, dude. It's just like
T-shirts. I love T-shirts.
yeah.
But
obviously.
I'm not gonna be a lunatic. I don't know. It's just like I'm not a trend. I like to think that I'm more of a trendsetter than a trend chaser.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You're on your own trip, dude.
Right? Yeah. We don't need to.
Yeah. You're on your own trip.
Oh, me. Oh, that was directly
If you
at me.
guys could see him now. He is on his own fucking trip. Exactly. You shouldn't have done that, but okay.
It's warm outside. We just had the San Diego Katrina last week, and now it's like tropical Monday.
It's supposed to rain, no?
There's another one coming, yeah.
Yeah, and
El
everybody's
Niño.
terrified.
I'm kidding. I don't know what it. I don't know. It's not good. I was telling Patron, for you it's Theo. I don't think it's gonna be like last time though, because nobody saw that coming. And now that every time that they fucking predict some shit, it's never as bad as it was when you didn't think it was coming.
I'm not going out. I almost did make it back then.
We won't be here, so.
Oh yeah, you guys will be in Vegas. All right,
So
I guess
we'll
transition this to boxing. You got Gerald
Osuna.
Good Lord, he lives here. The least you could do, bro.
Yeah, hey, like this is the first name I messed up. Is Geraldo Osuna. I did say Osas, my bad. I want to say having Geraldo Osuna is my guest while he trains in San Diego. It's awesome. It's great to just have that kind of caliber of a person, in the next room. And I will say this. Every time he and I try to communicate with one another, I kick myself in the ass. I'm like, dude, you had so many opportunities to learn Spanish. But no, you just chose to pass the class.
Because you're a trendsetter.
You ain't getting away with shit.
I know. I was like, what the fuck? All right. And this is how most of our conversations we start. He was asking if I had a scale. This is the best thing in the world. He was asking if he had a scale, and he had his daughter's cardboard box in his hand. So and I was like, I don't know. And he took the box, put it on the ground, and stood on it and looked at me. And I was like, oh, scale. and then whenever I'm talking to him, I just I grab my phone and I put it into Google what I want to say. Then I just say that to him.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm just like I'm sorry. Like I wasted. That's definitely I never get mad at myself for not learning as much math as I could have. Okay,
yeah.
I just
Neither
don't.
do I.
Yeah, I'm just like But Spanish, I'm like, do better.
Yeah.
You need to do better. So who's he fighting?
Khalil Cole.
COE.
Yeah, he's a very good guy. A lot of amateur experience. Gerardo has a lot of amateur experience. He has less fights than us, so they think that we're coming in as the B side, but they should be shocked with this guy.
That's some good stuff. And Juan Geraldo Osuna,
Figueroa Khalil.
20-0. That's nice.
I think it's like 19 or 18.
The other guy
KOs.
has like 8-9 fights, bro. Go to his opponent's right there on the bottom.
That yellow one,
The
right?
yellow one, yellow
Oh,
one.
okay,
Yeah.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
What's the
Click
name?
on his name.
Oh, it's 7-0-1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a black guy. Gonna have to root against him.
It was all, there ain't that many Hispanics from 147 on down up.
Really?
They all, but we're not that big, dog. We're not that.
He's 147.
No, I'm saying no.
like, weight division.
Oh wait. Okay.
That's always belonged to the Afro, my black brothers, dog. Weight divisions.
Because
And
he
we
was.
kind of share this bottom weights, you know, because we always go back and forth with each other, you know.
Yep. Now, he's been looking great.
He's good. He's getting good.
It's great. This is you guys' first fight together?
First camp together, yeah.
First camp together?
His coach reached out to me, and he actually reached out to me like he just telling me that in 2018 or 19 he asked me to help him, and I kind of brushed him off, dog, and I was like, my bad, dog. You know,
You got it.
Yeah, I'm just like selective, dog. I'm real picky.
Mm-hmm. Oh, trust me, I know. And so what are you expecting in this fight?
I expect, well, you know, we have a game plan. We have to come out and just execute what we've been working on. And that young man's going to bring it too. You know, he's strong, man. We got to go into knowing that we're facing a strong dude that if we make a mistake, he'll capitalize on it. So we got to go out there, just impose ourselves and do what we have to do, man. We should be fine.
I mean, I can imagine. I mean, he's got to be strong. He's got to be something for 20-0 to be in the B corner.
Well, it's because it's a perception that he's from Mexico and he hasn't fought outside of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So they're calling him in, hoping that he's just a scrub, you know?
Mm.
He's a paper guy, you know. So lately, it's like we had a trend of fighters coming out of Mexico, going to Europe or coming here and being called in as a B-side, and they just shock everybody. So hopefully we get some of that too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Okay, that's interesting to me because I figured my brain, which, you know, a lot of space.
Shitload of space, yeah.
For rent. I don't know. I just always considered Mexican fighters very strong. Like there's in the movie Creed, the first one of the plot points that always pissed me off was he was like, yeah, I'm 8-0, but they're in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what do you mean, but they're in Mexico? Like, would you rather, like...
People still think that.
Yeah, they still think that. That's why they get shocked. Like, they go to Mexico because the cost is cheaper to fight. And the fighter doesn't have nothing to do with it. The management team or the coaches, they select who they're going to fight. Because,
Right.
And they'll pick the softest kid to go fight in Mexico against, you know? So they don't fight the good ones. I forgot, Brian Figueroa told me one day, I'm going to make a shirt that says Tijuana Fighters. Like, we're not all bums, you know? Like, they're not. Look at Jaime Munguia. He's from Tijuana. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of guys. The guy that's going to be fighting the Japanese kid. What's his name?
Oh,
No, the one that, Inoue.
Anyway,
yeah.
Neri's from Tijuana.
No, Neri.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids from Tijuana who are champions.
when is that fight?
I think they're pretty soon they're negotiating it, or they negotiated already. I'm not sure.
Okay, so it's a ways off if they're negotiating. So yeah, well, to me it always, you know, like if I can,
Don't be fooled by the records.
Every time I go to a card in Tijuana or Mexico, Mexicali, anywhere I go, there'll be 10 fights, and there'll be all like 7 or 8 of the fighters will be from the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And they go, and then 2 will lose.
Yeah.
Two will lose every card. Like, they're not. Bro, I took a kid one time to fight in Mexico, bro, and I had a kid named Keyshawn Hill. What the fuck was his last name? Keyshawn. Anyways, he was a heavyweight. We had a light heavyweight with us, and we saw the light heavyweight guy. He looked like any ordinary gym member, bro. Like 35 years old though. And our guy, Keyshawn, talked to our, I don't want to throw the other guy's name under the bus, but he told the other guy, hey, bro, that's who you're fighting. That's easy work, bro. Mm-hmm. So that fighter tells my son, hey, can you film it? You know, my son's like, yeah. Cisco gets the phone. I took Piparos and we were all out there, Anthony. We're out there in San Felipe. No, La Mulegé. Mm-hmm. The fight starts, bro, and my guy had muscles on his neck, ears, fucking everywhere, dog. This guy looked like me with no shirt on, the one he fought. And, bro, they clipped him in the first round. He had Bambi legs.
Lord.
And I was like, what the fuck? In my head, he goes down. Referee counts. The guy doesn't know how to fight. He just throwing fucking.
He just caught him with that.
Guy come. They say
pushed all the buttons.
They say fight again. It fucking dropped. Look at it. Grab a dead body and just drop it, bro.
Really?
My son looks at me. He goes, "Do I keep recording?" I was like, "Bro, you can never underestimate." And that was one of my biggest fears when Keyshawn told him, "Oh, you got easy work, bro." In my head, I was like, don't think like that, bro."
We've said on this podcast, do not, do.
I think we should always go into a fight.
Don't overestimate yourself.
That the best version of whoever's across the ring is there.
Right.
I think one of the bigger lessons that I learned was not to fall for those records. Like, you really don't know who you're up against. You don't know what they're going through. And if you underestimate somebody, like, either they'll make you fucking work for that W, or they'll surprise the shit out of you, and you can end up losing. But
one time I was talking to a couple B-side fighters in Tijuana, right? And I'm shooting the shit with them because I seen some of them, they're pretty good. Mm-hmm. And I say, "Man, what happened? I know them from the amateur program."
Right.
And I tell them, why do you fucking lose? Like, you don't fight the way I know you know how to fight. There's more money in losing. He's like, we're not gonna win because they're not gonna take us to the U.S. Some of them will never be able to get a visa for whatever they did in Mexico. Some of them will never be able to come to the U.S., so they know that they can never fight in the U.S. That's where the money. Everybody wants to be here or in England. So they'll tell me, "Hey, bro, I just lose 4 and I win 1. Do you select who you're gonna lose, who you're gonna win against?" He goes, "I win whoever it rubs me the wrong way."
So if I go to Mexico,
most of the time they're just gonna go in there and fight as much as they. Not all of them. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no.
The kids that are never gonna. The kid that's fucking 7-7.
So are they? They're not throwing the fight, but they're not trying to win. It.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not. They're. Don't get me wrong. There's guys that fucking throw fights.
Yeah.
But there's those guys, and it depends what if you throw them the wrong way, they're gonna clip you that day, dog. They have nothing to lose.
But that is an interesting perspective I never thought of. Someone was like, "Hey, it's more money. I will get to fight more fights if I lose 3 out of 4 times."
Yeah. And then I don't know if you guys saw Robert Garcia from Riverside. Mm-hmm. He was giving. I think it's cool. He was giving Bill Haney props.
Oh,
did you see that?
I saw the video and the title, but I didn't watch the video.
So Bill Haney, when he was in Mexico, the fighters were averaging about $200 to $300 a fight.
Okay.
To fight American fighters.
Mm-hmm. He changed the market or some shit.
Bill Haney started dropping $1,200 to these kids.
Wow.
Knowing that they were not gonna fight. They got like 7 fights in them, 8 fights. So why give them $3,000 in 10 fights when they can make $13,000?
Mm-hmm.
So Bill Haney raised up the stock. Now kids in Mexico are not taking less than $800 to $1,500 for a 4-rounder.
That's U.S. dollars.
Of course, Dick. Dollars are
fighting in Mexico.
No matter what, the dollar in Tijuana is strong.
Right. Is it?
Yeah, I mean, in Tijuana.
Oh no! I know. Once that converts, that's a lot of money.
No, but you got people working every day over here spending dollars over there. Mm-hmm. So the dollar's like
yeah, the dollar goes a long way. Mm-hmm. I went out to Tijuana last October with this dude, and we stopped to get some gas, and it's full service. So I was like, "Oh yeah, I got a tip." I pulled a 5 out. Dude grabbed my hands.
I thought this was a gay story.
It is. You don't finish it. You don't finish it.
No, it's not a gay story. I went to give her the lady. I went to tip the lady $5 for doing the full service. He's like, don't, just give her $1. I was like, I only have 5. He's like, then I'll give her $1. Like, I was like, okay, 1, that's a powerful ass dollar, and 2, why can't I show that I have $5? It's like Tijuana. It's a place.
I always tip everywhere I'm at in Tijuana, especially when I go to like a steakhouse. The guys that bring you the steaks, I give them like $5-10, and then just nonstop bringing me steaks, bro. Like the Brazilian concept.
You have been to Fogo de Chao?
Yeah, same shit.
Oh my god,
there's like 7 of them in TJ, dog.
For real?
Yeah, but they're not called Fogo de Chao. They're called
I'm about to say Fogo de Chao.
We're going to Fogo de Chao on my birthday.
Let's go.
When's your birthday?
Yeah, April 20th.
Oh, it's too far.
No, it's not.
Can it be this Friday?
I do a pre-birthday and then a birthday and then a post-birthday.
I like it.
It's gonna be my birthday month. I'm turning 50. I might have a birthday month.
Your birthday's on 4/20?
For your birthday, let us take you out.
That's okay. You guys are taking me to
Where we
Fogo de
going? We're
Chao.
going to Fogo de Chao?
Yeah.
You can only get like the kids plate.
Yeah, but you have to pay.
I got you, dog.
So now we got a retirement. We're breaking the news. No,
Oh,
we're not breaking
Lord.
the news. But we got a retirement today. It was announced.
Allegedly.
Shakur Stevenson. He has retired. He announced via Twitter, and it sounded like a little. Let me see if I can pull up his
Booty hurt?
tweet. Yes, it sounded like his feelings were involved in this decision.
Possibly.
I want to know what, like, for me, like, as a coach, as a fighter, coaching fighters and fighting on Top Rank, fighting on PBC, fighting on Golden Boy, I wonder why. Like, Top Rank, to me, is like hands. Me and Maggie discussed this many times. Top Rank is one of the best promoters that takes care of us as coaches. I don't know about the fighters.
And who's he with?
Top Rank.
Okay.
And every fighter,
under contract, yeah.
every fighter leaves Top Rank
Every fighter leaves Top Rank.
that I could think of.
Well, okay. So here's his announcement.
On a bad note, not that their things expire, whatever. He's being. I mean, read it first before I judge. Before I say what I have to say.
I'm officially retiring from the sport of boxing. I'll be in the gym forever, perfecting my craft and helping the next generation become great and chase their dreams. But I ain't fucking with this weak boxing game.
Okay.
One, I want to shout out to being able to retire on Twitter. Like, accountants can't do that. Like an accountant, like teachers, nobody else can. Nobody but athletes can just wake up and make their announcement on Twitter and let their boss find out that way. So shout out to that. But you do hear the feelings in this announcement, right? Like
This
after
weak ass boxing game.
yeah.
Did I say?
He didn't
I
say.
it right?
He said, "I ain't fucking with this weak boxing game."
Oh, I added the ass and
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot you could discuss that, like maybe because he's not getting what he wants. He's not getting the offers he wants. He's not getting the money he wants.
And he just fought that boring ass fight that
It's
we
been
all
a
watched.
few boring
He
fights.
probably dug his grave a little bit there.
Yeah. So who was he fighting? I forget.
Edwin de los Santos.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's the one. And it was a boring fight to watch him. He moved. He moved around a lot. It wasn't exciting as that the undercard was.
What do you think would have happened if he would have pulled out of that fight?
What do you mean pulled out?
Well, he allegedly had an injury.
An injury is what he said.
If
A
Shakur
hand
had pulled out
injury.
of the fight, I don't know. How's it? I mean, that's the business side of it, ain't it?
What do you think it would have been better if he would have pulled out and then had a better performance when he was 100%?
Oh, so that's why he was. That's
why I
why
said
he.
it,
That's
yeah.
why it wasn't exciting because he. I said yes.
Pull out of the fight?
Pull out of the fight. Give us a fight. Let us watch. Let us find an entertaining fight to watch instead of a boring ass fight that you're gonna show us. He looks like a chipmunk. Like if they were casting Alvin and the Chipmunks, I'm like, that's freaking
He's
Theodore.
Alvin or
That's
Theodore?
fucking Theodore right there. I'm like,
God.
he's so cute.
Yeah, he is like
I got a smiling face staring at me right now. That's all I can think about. He looks like a chipmunk.
he's good, man. He's very smart, very savvy. Has probably like one of the best IQs in boxing, and I think he will be back. I think there's something else behind it that perhaps he doesn't want to or cannot reveal. But there also has to be an understanding that, like Coach mentioned earlier, like I said before, is like you're in the entertainment business. Like you like it or not, you make money off of people watching you. Mm-hmm. You're entertaining people. People talk, all that shit. It's all entertainment, dude. Like if you're an actor, if you're you're in the league, NBA, NFL, MLB. You're a boxer, MMA fighter, whatever. You're entertaining people, man.
MMA is a perfect example. Conor McGregor. Mm-hmm. Like people
He is
watch
a showman.
that you're gonna see some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm going to see Roadhouse. You know why?
Just cause.
Conor McGregor's in
Yeah.
it. It's like I never even saw the first one.
He has that effect. You know what I mean? He may not be at the top level of his game as he once was, but you're talking about the epitome of an entertainer right there.
Mm-hmm.
And he was really good at it, and he had that charisma that had all eyes on him. So it's like that's part of it. You don't have to be fake. You don't have to go out of your way to be somebody who you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like Shakur doesn't need to do any of that shit. His skills speak for themselves. But
he's
I
not.
think you should also be considerate of the business that you're in. You know what I mean? Aware. Cognizant. Hey, okay, yeah, I mean, I think it would change the perspective,
If I do this, I'll be more. Rappers do it all the time. I mean, it's like take a handbook, and I'm not saying they're right in doing it, but I'm just saying that's what they do. It's not their music that sells; it's their antics. So you got to come up with something.
Kanye
Kanye West. You know,
That's
I'm
another
not
guy.
talking about him ever again, bro. That's my boy.
We're not talking about I love Kanye.
He is an entertainer, dude.
Right.
He understands.
Yeah, that's
You know?
pretty much exactly what I mean. It's like you have to become something people want
Understand
to see.
it. You don't have to fucking sell your soul or any of that shit, dude. Just be who you are, man.
You got to
Like,
join the Illuminati. If you're not going to be entertaining, at least join the Illuminati.
you have to learn to say no.
Keep that booty hole. All right, there's no flashbacks to Cat Williams.
Still fucking making noise. Every time I open YouTube or something comes up about Cat Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that shit's got like over 50 million views.
Receipts. That's all it says.
Yeah, huh?
They said Shannon Sharp made like over $1 million on that one episode.
I heard we fucking broke homeboy off real quick.
Yeah.
You know?
And then
You did?
He should have.
Oh.
He fucking made him gave him all those views.
probably, yeah, I don't know. What I do know is that he has not upped his game, and it hasn't freed him up to have bigger, better guests.
Oh, no. He probably won't do it anymore. Who could he bring in?
I don't know, but it's just like
People who are on that same page.
yeah, people. You know, it's like it didn't make him a destination, a talk show destination.
Perhaps
so to
not
speak.
yet.
You know, it's like because at one point nobody would go on Rogan. But now Rogan's had Tyson. He's had Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
He gets, high level people on the show. And so, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, Rogan is like literally the fucking
The peak.
the peak, the pinnacle,
The top of all podcasts.
tippy top. Yep.
Yep. So here's a question. I hate asking this question out loud. I hate that I had this thought.
Great. What is it?
But
What are we getting into?
Okay, Taylor Swift, if she's done anything, she's made boxing.
Back to this bitch.
Yeah. She's made football more popular. Okay? Right? Like,
Yeah.
what boxer can pull a Taylor Swift-esque person? Maybe Lady Gaga? I don't know. Taylor's already taken. So we need somebody. Like, matter of fact, if Deontay Wilder pulled Lady Gaga, you think that'll.
You're asking like what female could be?
Yeah. What female can boxing get to do that to give it that nice
Taylor's
little bump?
done the NFL. Who could we have?
Yeah.
In boxing,
That should be the question. So I think
who would it be?
I think.
Can it be just because I've been watching a lot of her lately? Can it be Sofia Vergara?
I was going to say somebody Latina because most of the boxing fans are Hispanic or African American descent. Black.
Okay, well, it's always got to be a white woman. I'm sorry.
No, it can't
Not
be a
in
white
boxing.
woman.
If you want to bring in the Taylor Swift audience, that level audience, it's already Sophia's
right,
out. Like this is a boardroom. Like this is the boardroom. We're trying to decide who we're gonna get to do this, and you guys bring me a Mexican lady. We already got the Mexican people watching this. We need somebody white.
Oh, I see what you mean.
That's
To
what I
broaden
mean.
The audience.
Yep. We want to sell. We want to. Shakur, is he single?
Shakur, go while you're in retirement. Go get you a white woman real quick, fool.
Be careful. We don't want you to Jonathan Majors yourself.
Who's equivalent to Miley Cyrus?
Ooh, that's a good one, huh?
Okay, so we got Miley Cyrus. Now we got to pair her up.
Any fighter.
Adrian Broner.
But
Relevant?
Is it
Ryan Garcia. I heard he's single.
Yeah, but he's just.
It might
fresh
be
out
him
of
the one to
divorce.
do it. Honestly, I think Oscar did it back in the day. When he was with
all
Shannon
kinds of
Moakler or
girls.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
Bunch
who?
of- Oscar, he dated a lot of people like in the
Mrs.
limelight.
fucking America, all kinds of girls, though.
Mm-hmm.
What aren't a lot of boxers married?
Yeah, most of them.
Like to me, that they
Aren't
have,
a lot of men married?
I'm not. So, I couldn't even give my phone number away. I'll tell you about that later.
Oh my Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I already know that story, though.
Yeah, that's another story. But that the boxers tend to already be like locked down, like just they got that side of their life taken care of, and I guess that's needed for this stability.
We were talking about that the other
boxer.
day, and I think that it is important for a boxer to have a strong supportive woman in their life. I think it counts for a lot because I think this sport, a lot of people think that it's a solitary sport, but absolutely not. I think the stronger your support system is, the better chance you have of being successful. I'm not saying that you need that. Like you need to have you a fucking woman. No. But does it help? I think it does. You know, especially if she's strong and supportive and understanding. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Like you said, that system, because it's that system that gets in the ring with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
And outside. Let's talk about
well, in the ring, you're alone.
Yeah.
And if you have people who are outside the ring who are able to spiritually be in that ring with you, I think that helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're always fighting alone, you don't have a real stable support system or whatever.
Right.
I want to fight that guy.
Yeah.
I want to fight that guy who isn't really supported. You know, that's something I could exploit.
True.
You know, but remember you talked about it when we were listing our favorite boxers, Jack Johnson. And he was like, he always took their women. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, we gotta get a boxer, big, like maybe Jared Anderson. That's his name, right?
Yeah, the big baby.
Big baby, yeah. Get him to go take Taylor Swift from.
God, we're stealing white women now, huh?
Stealing white women.
That's what we've come to.
I mean, football season's about over.
Kelsey's on offense though, so you can't even tackle him, dog.
Nah, Kelsey's a big giant teddy bear. He's talking about I love you, I miss you after games and stuff like that. I'd be worried
about if he was like a safety or a middle linebacker. He's a fucking tight end.
Yeah,
I want to hear that locker room talk.
But one thing, yeah. So that I think it's pretty sad when that's like the only direction boxing can take to up its game.
Nah, I think there's
it's
a lot
sad. The
that
NFL goes to them every fucking quarter of the fucking TV time, dog.
Dude, it's what they have. They're like, hey, let's use it. You really can't blame them. I hate it. But if it was my decision to make, I was like, why put the camera on there? She had to tell CBS reporters to go away.
Yeah,
she was like,
same. Also, like, yeah, from her perspective, it's not even her fucking fault. You know what I mean? She's just there
to support her man.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That's that.
But if that was celebrity. Beyonce, would she get that much love?
Huh?
If that was Beyonce,
absolutely not.
Yeah,
she wouldn't. If she was dating a fucking, I don't know,
a white receiver.
Yeah.
No, they don't. Because just a couple weeks ago, perfect example, the wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. His wife is Simone Biles.
Oh, they're married?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I have seen she was wearing a green jersey, right?
And so he was in a podcast.
What's her name?
Simone Biles.
The Olympic gymnast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The one who like she was going through it mentally, I guess, and she pulled out of the Olympics.
Yes. Well, yes, she had a physical thing, but she was like, it's just mental.
The track girl.
No, that's Shakur Richardson.
Oh, she's bad though.
Oh, Shakari? Yeah, she is.
But anyway, so her husband, and I can't remember his name, but her husband's on a podcast, and they were like, oh man, you're with Simone Biles. Like, what's that like? He's like, man, I didn't even know who she was when she kicked it to
God
me.
damn.
I'm the catch in this relationship.
Straight up.
Man, everybody hated on him for saying that. Like, the social media just tore. It was like, what, Simone Biles, blah, blah. And I was just like, okay, you guys are just skipping over the fact that they're a nice, healthy, athletic couple. you're just gonna skip.
They'll be all right.
Yeah, they're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But no, I you know, well, it's one thing. This is a thing with white America that they don't know that they do, but they do it constantly. They appeal to their own race, tribalism.
They don't know.
They don't know that they're doing.
How come they didn't teach us all this shit in school that we should have learned?
It's natural for them.
No,
you know, it's natural for them to look up to the president who's
mindset,
automatically
dog.
because everybody's white. So a white person naturally just says, well, yeah, I'm looking up to the president of the United States because he's a strong person. He's like, or I'm looking up to Tom Brady because he's an actual person. Or they don't realize it's like you're seeing yourself. And that's why Taylor Swift has that. Your body just said, "Get this air out of me."
No, so I don't know what just happened. Like, where did this conversation go? I'm confused.
It went dark quick, huh?
It went dark.
Oh, is it dark?
I don't know what happened. Like, I'm like, wait, what? I said the president. What the fuck happened?
Oh, I'm just trying to explain.
I heard you say White America, and then my mind automatically went to Eminem. The song White America.
another kid. Like, if you ever meet a dude, like I've met so many dudes, it's like I don't listen to rap, but I love Eminem. You just told me like 8 things about you,
and then
bro.
After that, I got lost.
You love Eminem, don't you?
I used to be a huge Eminem fan.
What do you think he did when he came up to rap music, dog? He made rap music better or what?
No, he did a lot of damage.
Elaborate, dog.
All right.
Elaboration.
When Eminem came out with rap, he brought a lot of vulgarity, like just obscenity and vulgarity. Okay,
Oh, kind of made it look bad type shit.
But it didn't have any tone to it. It didn't have any meaning to it. It was just for the sake of being offensive. Mm-hmm. And it was over a lot of the voices that were back then, where like DMX, perfect example. Mm-hmm. DMX was screaming mental health issues. You know, he was rapping about mental health issues. He was telling stories, which is what rap is for. Rap is for storytelling, which now it's become this brag, self-worshiping thing that it is. But it's been about storytelling. And what Eminem did was kind of like took away from that storytelling, that this is my life, this is the pain I'm in kind of life. And said, man, my mom doesn't like me. It kind of reduced it. And everybody got to associate Eminem's obscenity and vulgarity with rap. You see what I mean?
I understand where you're coming from. However, I think that perhaps you don't identify with it because I think he is, not in all of his songs, but I think he is storytelling just about the shit that he fucking went through, you know? And, you know, I find it interesting how a lot of rappers, I see it in like my YouTube shorts all the time. I don't know why, but there's like an algorithm going on there where there's like, they ask like, who's your top 5? And I've seen like Lil Wayne, Warren G, a few other guys, I can't remember off the top of my head, but they're like, oh yeah, Eminem's up there. You know what I mean? Like
Eminem, he might be in my top 10, but he's not in my top 5.
Yeah, Eminem's up there. He's like a genius and la la la.
What's your top 5, dog?
My top 5 rappers, no order. I'm just gonna name 5 guys off the top of my head. I'm gonna say I like Mos Def, Biggie, Jay-Z. Did I say Tupac yet? So what I said, Mos Def, Biggie, Jay-Z.
East Coast, East Coast, East Coast.
All of them.
Yeah, Tupac. Where's Tupac land?
Well, I mean, he's in the middle.
No, that's...
He was born here, then he made his...
Yeah, you know, he's like, West Side. That's about it. Like, you know, eventually... That was 4? 5. I hate it when because I never have it right in my pocket. Oh, LL Cool J.
All East Coast.
LL Cool J, definitely. My bad to even...
Eazy-E.
To me...
Too Short. Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg,
What's up?
and
Snoop Dogg.
What's up?
Snoop Dogg is in your top 5.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah,
West Side fool.
Yeah, I know where he's from. But
That's why
he's had one good album, maybe.
and DJ Quick.
Yeah.
The only person on that list that shouldn't be is freaking Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg, he's had.
He's an ambassador, dog.
He's a fucking icon. All right.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he isn't.
Cultural icon. Damn it.
He's a Taylor Swift of West Coast rap.
and an honorable number 6 is Master P, dog.
Ooh.
What? Oh,
He has more money than all your rappers put together.
I'm not saying that my
top
rappers,
rapper of all time.
My rappers were broke.
Drake.
She's kidding, folks. Turn the podcast back on. Don't turn us off. She's just joking.
I am. I don't really listen to too much rap.
Who is your top 5?
I was trying to like think of it right now, but I don't really listen to rap like that. I listen to a lot of R&B.
Yeah.
A lot of old Mexican music.
I hear old Mexican music. I love that shit.
You know what R&B in Spanish is?
Arrobeo.
Rancheras y baleros.
That sounds like dinner.
Boleros, I mean. That's our own music, dog.
If you listen to what I run to, you'd be like, what? How do you do that?
Jump off the nearest bridge and
shit.
You run to sad shit?
Yeah.
I love, like, I don't know, like.
You never see her crying when she comes in from running?
Never cry. Yeah. You know what? Speaking of injuries,
Told you.
Hey, Magz. I got a question. If I'm in a fight and I get injured during that fight, what kind of adjustments can I make?
It's that time. Yep. Coach can finally talk.
Yeah. Fucking feeling shit.
No, you know what? The reason why I bring this up is because we were talking about the Munguia like very briefly earlier. Coach touched on him being from TJ and all that. But he had a fight this past weekend, and on the main card, there was a kid. His last name Picasso, believe it or not. This is not a lie. And he fought, I can't even remember the dude's name right now, man, but I was impressed because he was fighting so beautifully on the inside and still using his defense, and it's just he was sitting down on his shots, and I like what I was seeing. Put it that way. But the first half of the fight was all him, and then something happened to his rib or his hand. They're saying it was his rib because they went to the corner and they asked the corner. Apparently, he had injured his rib, so now he had to switch up his game plan. Now he started to box a little bit more on the outside and started kind of using the whole ring instead of just staying in the center. And I was thinking out, and that's when I texted. I was like, let's talk about adjustments when an injury happens in a fight, because not all fights are gonna be picture perfect. You're not gonna have. First of all, like, fighters always have something going on, dude. Like, you're in a.
They just sparred like a week ago, so yeah.
So it's bound to happen, and it's bound to happen in a fight. So what are you gonna do when that happens in a fight? That's
what you're gonna do when they come for you.
Exactly.
So what's the most, I would imagine, okay, with me, I've had it happen while sparring throughout my shoulder.
Right.
And I said, okay, your jab is gone. You can only block with it from now on. Mm-hmm. And you now have to do everything with your left. Is that what you're talking about? Like adjustments?
Making the adjustment, yeah. Because you're going to be in a fight.
Changing your style. I broke my ribs right before a fight. And I broke my nose right before a fight, and I had to change the whole way that I fought.
What were you doing before fights?
Getting ready for the fights.
Okay.
So when you start sparring, I was like a young Javin, dog. It was hard to get sparring, so I always had to spar with bigger guys, with more experienced guys, older guys. When I was 17, I was sparring 25. It's not like unheard of; everybody does it, but at that time, I was going against pros with a lot more experience, and I went to spar this one guy that hit me in the rib. I remember it fucking hurt, but I just went with it and kept sparring. Mm-hmm. And then when I got in the car and got off the car, I felt it like worse. Took some pain pills in the morning. I couldn't get up out of bed. My brother Albert had to help me up. And I was like, oh, shit, And they told me that I had to take a month off. My fight was exactly like in 3 weeks. So I just kept training, running, shadow boxing, even though I was in pain, and fought like that. And it was funny because I was protecting it so much that I got hit in it for protecting it so much. And then my nose got broken too. And right when the first punch that I get hit with was a jab. I never get hit with a jab. But that day, I just changed some stuff and I didn't see the punch and just boom, right in my nose. But so you have to find a way to fight around it. And as a coach, now that's me as a fighter. As a coach, I don't allow, and Maggie knows, she's first witness to everything, because the guys will tell her, man, Joe's a dick, because the guys will come up to me and tell me I'm hurt. I'm like, so, what do you want me to do? Mm-hmm. And today I had a conversation with Jose Cholet Sr., because he said, oh, we have a fight coming up for Javin in March. I'm sorry, I thought I hit you. Oh. And he's out, but what if you get sick? We have to train sick. Like, who doesn't matter. Like, you have to train hurt, you have to train sick, because in the fight, shit's going to happen equivalent to being sick. You're going to feel drained, you're going to feel tired. You adapt. When you get hurt, you adapt. And it all starts with mindset at the gym. The way we train them is like, yeah, if you're either injured or you're just hurting, you know what I mean? If you're injured, I understand. You break something, you got to get out. But if you're just sore or something swollen in your hand, that's part of fighting, bro.
Now, but broken ribs, is that sore or is that...
That was injury, but I had one out of fight. I didn't give a fuck. I mean, that's injury, but that's different. That was me pushing myself. That wasn't even my coach. That was me hiding it from my coach.
Oh, freaking CC. Didn't he fight with broken hands once?
Yeah.
So it's fighters just have a different... It
has to sometimes, and it has to happen.
And the guy you're going against doesn't always know too. So a lot of motherfuckers don't.
You can't.
They're going through their own fight mentally, and like they don't realize that your shit's fucked up.
I think I might have shared it, but since we're bringing up the subject, this is a while ago. One time I was cornering Tiger Smalls. I talked. Remember that? And I was talking, and I'm gonna edit this video so I can tag them fools. They can tell you if I'm lying or not. But Prince Smalls was fighting in Mexico. And he comes back in the corner. I'm just helping his dad, so I'm working the cuts. I'm not even the head coach. Mm-hmm. And Prince comes back to the corner and goes, I broke my hand, Dad. I said, and then Dad freaks out, bro. And I was like, hey, fool, pull out the ring, dog. I got this. I took it over the ring. I took over the fight. And with all due respect, I wasn't being a dick. I just saw the moment. Mm-hmm. He was that's his son. So I told Prince, hey, man, he don't know your hand's hurt. Fucking miss on purpose, dog. Throw it. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, you throw it, and you just don't land that motherfucker. Don't even let him block it. Just purposely miss. Set up your hook, because his right hand got fucked up. And he won the fight. And sometimes you got to make an adjustment.
And that's, I think that, of course, that's another, we'll point at why you two are such a great team. Because, Coach, I'm hurt. Coach Magz, how do I get in the ring? Like, so what do you tell them, like, mentally, how to handle, like, that?
Well, I think, like, those thoughts are very, very intrusive. And if you allow it, they will take you to a road where you have an option, you know? You're, like, at a crossroads, right? You let it beat you. You let it, your own thoughts defeat you. And it'll take you down a road where you're already defeated, or you can just put it in the back of your fucking head for now and focus on what we gotta do, executing the plan. You know, so I think a lot of it comes down to sometimes it is that you're just, it's not as bad as you think. You know, so it takes a little bit of encouraging. You know, being like, hey, okay, try this. What does this hurt? And then they realize, oh, no, it doesn't hurt that much. Okay, well, then it's just a little tweak, dude. Like, it's not that bad. Mm-hmm. You know, but if you're in a fight, I think it's very important to check yourself. Check your self-talk. You know what I mean? Your self-talk is very, very important, man. Like, and it's just the day-to-day, not even just in a fight in a ring. I'm talking, like, on the daily. How are you talking to yourself, you know? And like I said, those thoughts, where do they come from? They're coming from you. So you have control over that. If you really want to fucking win this fight, then don't even think about it. It's easier said than done, but literally just put it in the fucking back of your mind, or just act like it never even fucking happened.
That's good. And that's, you two made two great points. In the ring, hide the injury. You don't let you don't want to say, hey man, you know, my shoulder's hurting, whatever, because they're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna punch the shit out that. And then another thing is you also gotta hide it from yourself a little bit. You know, because as I rehab my shoulder, like one constant thing I constantly telling myself, you're getting better, you're getting better, you're getting better, you're getting better. That's good self-talk. Like, oh no, I gotta, you know, that's when you're gonna start creating that thing that exists. Because it's the mind. In the end, it's the mind.
And people don't realize, man, like, you can send yourself into a fucking panic attack. Be overwhelmed in the ring, you know, like, even just during sparring, during training. The more you think about getting tired, the more tired you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is your muscles tense up, and it goes into a physiological fucking realm where your shit's tense up. You need more oxygen. You're getting more tired. Your heart's fucking racing. Like, you can't even think, because now all you can think is, like, my fucking arms are heavy. It's just it's a whirlwind. You know what I'm saying? But if you learn to just block that out, man, it takes practice. It's not easy. You got to do it in the day-to-day, whenever the fuck you're feeling tired, during running, during training, when you're hitting the bag, when you're in sparring, all that shit. When you're in the fight, you're going to know. You're going to know what to do.
I think that's a great metaphor you use, too, how, like, just the thoughts can snowball. All thoughts, good or bad. You're going to make a snowball out of your thoughts.
You understand that weak-ass shit, huh?
Shit, I don't understand.
What happened?
Yeah, like, what?
You would just pay attention to all the shit that says snowfall.
The snowball?
Snowball effect, yeah.
That's the world I came from.
I know.
Yeah, but the way you fucking just said that, you understand that weak ass shit, huh? But no, I had to. Magz was there. I had to use a lot of positive self-talk. I mean, I had to really undergo a lot of cognitive behavioral
therapy and shit.
To change from who I was to who I am becoming.
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
And but you know, like, it's not about
scary.
It's not about being in fucking la la land and lying to yourself. Like,
no.
Of course we should be realists, but if you dwell too much on the negative, then that's exactly where you'll go.
Coach just called me a pussy, Magz.
It's like every time the guys are gonna fight, they were like, who was it? I can't remember who it was. This is like way back. Some fighter asked me, Coach, you think I could beat that guy? No, you think he could beat me? I said, fuck yeah, he could beat you. And the kid looked at me, but I also think he could beat his ass. That's the mindset of that everybody has. Like, they always think about what the other guy can do, you know,
and not them.
Yeah. When I'm working with my fighters and it's time to spar, they get intimidated by the guy across the ring, and I had to snap. I was like, cut that shit out, because you're not just in their ring; they're in your ring.
You're never gonna win that battle.
You got to conquer that though. Like, human nature, like, you know, I dealt with that shit too when I used to fight. I used to always see guys that I was gonna fight. And I see him on the scale right next to me, and I jump on the scale, and I'm like 135 on the dot. And then he gets on, and I was like, that motherfucker does not weigh 35. Then he's like 134.6, and I'm like, God damn it. How come I don't look like that, you know? But that's just your mindset, bro. Like, you know, like, damn, that fool's strong. He's buff or whatever. And I know muscles don't win fights, but when you're young, you're influenced by all that shit.
Of course.
Yeah. No, that's like you look at the Rockies from Rocky 2 to Rocky 3, the muscle change and the presentation.
Oh, really?
It's significantly different.
Dude was shredded in like what the second
From
and the
3
third?
on, from but and that's how
When they
movies
got that
became.
good shit, huh?
Movies change. It's like you're not getting the doughy guy anymore. You're getting you know they gotta be
was
ripped. They
shredded.
gotta
I
have,
was like,
yeah. The muscles gotta have muscles, like that kind of thing. All right. Well, we gotta go. I gotta go pick up my Morgan Stanley Taylor Swift edition cup.
Good Lord.
Well, you know,
I had to Google what a cup was right now.
Definitely not hockey.
and not protective. I need something to drink my wine out of. That's because that's all they're drinking out of those big ass
I got a
cups.
mug my cousin Charro gave me. Shout out. I'm going to show it to you one day. My cousin Charro came home from prison, and, you know, he's been in Pelican Bay, Corcoran, all those level 4 prisons, and he's doing good right now. But he gave me this mug, and he goes, here, I want to give it to you because this is when I was in a dark place. And in my head, I'm like, why do you want to give it to me for? You know? But I was like, and he said, this is what I would read. This is like the shit he would drink out of when he would go do bad shit, you know? And it's the Aztec God of War with Chipotle.
Yeah.
With the calendar on it.
Wait, Chipotle is the Aztec
With Chipotle.
Oh, okay.
You fucked up my whole story, dog. Charro, come get this motherfucker, dog. I'll tell my cousin Charro, come get you, dog.
No, it's just the way you said it. I was about to lose my mind. I was like, wait, Chipotle is the Mexican God of War?
With Chipotle. I can't even say it right no more, dog. Well, anyways, he killed my story, but thanks. Like.
Comment.
Subscribe.
You fucking would do that shit too.
All right.
This has been a Point and Yell production. Yeah, I think the words, but sometimes they don't come out of my mouth no good.